Tyrogue Hatch Day is this weekend in Pokemon Go here at Go With Us. We're going to run through the details, the bonuses, a few top strategies to really help you guys maximize because there is one little hidden tip in here. Let's get straight into those details. Shh. Kicking off with dates, it looks like it's going to be taking place this Sunday, the 6th of April from 2 to 5 p.m. local time, which brings us to our Hatch Day featured Pokemon. Tyrogue. Tyrogue is a fighting type Pokemon originally coming in Generation 2, which is the Johto region. If anyone didn't know, Tyrogue can only be male, so every single Tyrogue you hatch on this day will only be male, including its evolutions. Straight onto those bonuses. How this is going to work is that every trainer is going to get an increased drop of 2-kilometer eggs specifically when spinning stops. These 2-kilometer eggs have like a 95% chance of hatching Tyrogue, which is the main feature of this day. If we look at the bonuses now, it's going to be 2 times candy for hatching these eggs. You're going to have an increased chance of hatching shiny Tyrogue, and I believe just like it was for something like Azurill Hatch Day or Riolu Hatch Day, it's going to be a 1 in 10 shiny hatch rate. And just like we mentioned already, these 2-kilometer eggs are going to be dropping a lot more frequently from spinning these stops. A lot of trainers don't know this, but if you guys don't know how to evolve Tyrogue, it can actually evolve into 3 different things, all of which are fighting type. But there's a specific mechanic that applies to Tyrogue here. If its attack stat is higher, it's going to evolve into Hitmonlee. If its defense stat is higher, it's going to evolve into Hitmonchan. And if its stamina stat is the highest, it's going to evolve into Hitmontop. All of which are fighting types like we mentioned, and all of them will be male. Free timed research is going to be available to all trainers where we can get a super incubator for free as well as some XP. Bear in mind that this is going to expire on Sunday the 6th at 5 o'clock, which is the end of the event. Speaking of tickets, there's going to be a paid ticket for a total cost of $2 if you really want to enhance your experience. And to be honest, there's something connected to this that we're going to talk about in the end, which is going to be very, very powerful. If you do purchase this ticket, you're going to get an extra bonus, which is going to be 2 times Hatch Stardust. The timed research connected to this ticket as well is going to get you 1 additional star piece, 1 super incubator, as well as 2,500 XP. And lastly, on the Pokemon Go web store, there's going to be a Tyrogue Hatch Day ticket for a total cost of $2. And that's going to include the paid ticket that we just mentioned, but it's also going to include 2 rare candies at no cost. You decide if this is worth it. Something in my opinion that I think is pretty important to mention is that especially if you are a new player, this is an incredible opportunity to try and get a Shundo for the first time in your game or add to your Shundo collection. Because of that shiny rate that's going to be 1 in 10, as well as the frequency of those 2-kilometer eggs, you have an incredible opportunity to blow through these eggs as much as possible. And because you're going to get a lot of shinies, you could increase that Shundo. But if you want to know the 100% IV when you hatch the Tyrogue, try keep this number in your mind. It's going to be 281 CP. That is going to be your 100% IV for when you hatch this Pokemon. If you see that number, you've got a hundo, and if it's shiny, you know what's happening then. Now we're going to move on to look at these evolutions of Tyrogue to see how good are they in Pokemon Go. Unfortunately, whether it's Hitmontop, Hitmonchan, or Hitmonlee, they in PvP specifically just don't perform that well at all. If anything, they actually perform relatively well in the Ultra League, but unfortunately, as we know, when hatching eggs, the lowest IVs we're going to get is going to be 10, 10, 10. So we're not going to be able to get the optimal IVs for PvP specifically, but if we look at raid attackers, unfortunately, because they are all fighting type in the fighting type category, none of them even break into the top 100. So these evolutions just aren't really going to pay dividends, especially because, as we just said, we can't get the optimal IVs for PvP. So you might be thinking, Mikey, well, after everything you said, why would I even play this day? So here is our little pro hidden tip that a lot of people don't talk about, and it's connected to that $2 ticket. In my opinion, for this price, I believe that this bonus and this output could really help you guys. Remember that part of this ticket is going to be 2 times Hatch Stardust, which actually isn't one of the main bonuses. What I want you guys to do before the event is I want you to collect as many 12-kilometer eggs as possible. If you could fill up your bag and get 12 12-kilometer eggs, remember that when you hatch 12 12-kilometer eggs on a star piece, you normally get about between 70 and 90,000 Stardust, maybe just over that if you're extremely lucky. On this bonus, which is going to be 2 times Hatch Stardust, guys, you're going to double that, which means literally in the space of 1 minute, when all those eggs hatch, you could get well over 150,000 Stardust. And you've still got the whole event to play. So if you run the star pieces throughout the event as well, you're going to keep getting that bonus on those 2 kilometers as well. So guys, this is actually a huge Stardust day if you really prep well. And I promise you, a lot of the pro players do this, and it's something I've done many times over. And let me tell you, my Stardust count is well over 20 million, simply because I spend low, but I really maximize these events to try and build up my dust, because I know there is going to be a time where I need to power up. I need to look at the Pokemon to really help me in raids or in PvP. This is how we do it, guys. So if you're a new player, do not sleep on that. It's a really cheap cost, and I believe it's a huge opportunity to get Stardust on this day. As you know, we're in the middle of that Stunning Styles event right now. You can check it out up here if you guys want to get those Paldean Tauros. Remember to hit those raids. But more than that, while you are hatching these eggs, it's going to be 2 times XP. So if you want, you could even get an XP bonus, because every catch is going to be 2 times XP, which means on a lucky egg, if you run both at the same time with that star piece, you're going to get a Stardust boost from catching all those Pokemon. But more than that, you could get up to 4,000 XP per excellent throw during this event. So guys, another great opportunity to get XP and Stardust in the game, because you really want to get to level 50. And as we know, you need 176 million XP to get a level 50. Remember to check out that Stunning Styles event. We're going to leave it at the end screen right here. Love you guys. Appreciate your support. The channel is growing. Let's grow this thing together. Go with us. Smash that like and subscribe button, and we'll catch you in the next one, baby. Shh.